Snowflakes have begun to crowd the sky, and Ryan can't help but smile at the way something solid can materialize from air, as if it has been summoned by a gentle spell. He feels he already knows the route by heart, but sometimes the heart makes wrong turns. He could call Avery to ask for directions, but he chooses to rely on his phone's navigational skills instead, since he wants Avery to believe he can find his way from memory. On the fifth date, you're always looking for ways to prove the path to the 6th, 7th, and 8th. Avery is waiting by his window, so he is aware of the snow too. It isn't so dense that his delight needs to skid and swerve into worry. No. As he watches the downward drift, he doesn't picture Ryan in any wreck or even imagine Ryan forced to turn back home. Instead, he feels that elemental wonder that comes from seeing the world so casually altered. The transfixing sensation of watching something so intricately patternless fall. When Ryan's pickup appears within the snowfall, Avery's heart becomes the opposite of snowfall. That strange wind-blown moment when you look and see the snow is actually drifting upward. Snow rise. When Avery sees Ryan pulling into his driveway, his heart is snow rise. He is trying to guard this heart of his, but the guards are distracted. He is trying to cage his excitement, but he keeps leaving the door unlatched. He knows it is dangerous to like someone so much. There is nervousness too. Avery has control of his room, but he doesn't have control over the whole house. His mother likes to hang up family pictures, and as a result, there are lots of photos of Avery as a kid. Avery before everything was known. Avery before everything was understood. His mother had been very clear about this. It would hurt more to erase the past. Better, she said, to come to peace with it. There was no reason to hide it, no reason to disown the child Avery had been. Avery thought it was much more complicated than this. But at the same time, his parents had been so cool with everything else that he didn't think it would be fair to tell them to take down all the photographs of the time before. In some of the photographs, Avery looks very happy. On some of those days, he was. On others, not as much. Only Avery has access to the feelings that lived underneath, even when he was just a kid. He certainly can't ask his parents to take down the photos now, just because Ryan is coming over. He knows it isn't worth it to try to curate his past, to try to present it to Ryan as if it had been otherwise. One of the most exciting and intimidating things about Ryan is the fact that Avery wants to tell him the truth. This is what they've recognized in each other. No pretending. They will talk to each other undisguised. This makes Ryan anxious too, but it's an anxiety he's willing to navigate, the same way he's willing to step into the snow and walk through the wind in order to get inside. He can see Avery in the window as he pulls into the driveway, can see his pink hair and the lamp right next to him, the way it beacons out on such a dimming day. Ryan once heard the phrase, "Leave a light on for me," and thought it was one of the most romantic requests ever made. He liked the idea that when you fall in love with someone, the other person becomes your lighthouse keeper. Even if it means staying up all night, even if it means staring out into the darkness until the darkness assumes the shape of your love and comes back to you. Ryan turns off the truck, and almost immediately, the windshield is covered. He turns off the headlights, and for a moment, there is the sincere silence of an entirely natural world. Even though his lighthouse keeper waits, he sits for a few seconds and listens to the music of the snow, to the slight tintinnabulation of snowflakes conversing with glass. He opens the door and lets his sneakers sink into the sparse accumulation that covers the driveway. The cold immediately attaches itself to his ears, his fingers. He races up the steps, inaugural footprints marking his trail. When he gets to the door, it is already open. When he gets to the door, he finds Avery in a blue sweater. Avery smiling as if Ryan's arrival is the greatest gift a boy could ever want. They stop and look at each other. A little more snow falls on Ryan's shoulder and dusts his hair.